Of the PTN here, and we're doing World 2 Zone 1 Tribulation mode. Now, if you watched any of my previous guides of these, you kind of know the deal now, and especially if you succeeded at them. Spike traps, rocks that are a pain in the butt, and extremely long routes because of other spike traps. Now, I'm going this way because, as you might guess, there's spikes everywhere. You have to stay on these edges. This one here, that edge has spikes. You have to jump around it. Cross. Good, good, good. You made it to the opening. Now, in this one, it's a little different. There are no cloud checkpoints. It's only the base ones. And I kind of like that in terms of the design. I think it was because these were... the spikes on the right. I had to go to the left. In terms of design-wise, this had more of a Tribulation in mind. The other ones, they didn't have Tribulation mode in mind when they created them. So, there's a few more cool... restrictions within this one in terms of why they put the spikes. It's a lot simpler in terms of how they kill you. It's not a whole bunch of cheap deaths, I feel. Except for that one. The rocks are a bit of a pain in the butt. So we're just gonna chill and have a good time here as you watch me die a bunch of times and make it to the end. There we go. Now be sure you jump from that route because that flower there, that's actually a bomb. Now it's not persistent. You blow it up once, you can make that jump as many times as you want afterwards. So if that jump is a little bit too long for you, feel free to blow it up. That rocket always misses. I don't even know why they put it there. Be sure to jump off the platform like I did there, otherwise that bouncing rock will hit you. This sucker here, you can actually jump up to here and he won't activate anymore. Up. The rock you're going to jump to across, that's actually a bounce rock. Don't worry about it. It's not going to kill you. Be sure to jump up on the, not the log, my bad, around the rocks here because there are spikes all on that low ground. This is all the same as if you were doing it on regular mode. All the way up to the checkpoints, the exact same. Relatively easy so far, nothing too crazy. Here's where it's exactly like regular mode. Oh, come on, sucker. There we go. Now, I didn't mention this at the very beginning, but baubles. You need quite a few of them, and especially for the boss, because I'm going to show you a really easy way to beat him without putting yourself into danger after getting to the end. You will need baubles for other sections, though, as well. So save at least 15, even more, if you can. If you've completed one of the other Tribulation modes, you've probably got plenty. Bam! Jump! I'll give you a few on the way. That's a bouncing rock. Move quickly. Oh, but don't get blasted or else you're back at the beginning. It's a relatively long section, so if I botch it up again, I'll probably patch it. Or, if only I could patch it. I'll probably cut it. I'm paying the bubble price here. I got like 500 of them. I don't care. It's another 500 at the end, or just about. I think it's closer to 250, but who's counting when it's that many baubles? No gimmicks? Not quite. There is definitely a gimmick. This bridge is falling, as well as spikes on all of the platforms at the end of them. So you have to jump onto a stump. Over. Bam. I just jump over. I actually don't think there's any spikes there. Down here. Working our way across again. I think you can do this all with the whip. So that's what I'm going to do. You would think they'd make you go on the turtle. They don't. I recommend hitting these turtles just because they can fight back. They knock you down and then you're kind of screwed. Ba-dum-ba-bum. Strangely enough, doing these ones with a partner may actually be easier, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. Across here. You'll see some, the bear dudes. One person can stun them, while the other person can kill them, and this can be done with just about any unit in the game. Very handy. Another methodology is to have another person, see if you're both working at it, one of you only has to make it to the checkpoint, and then the other person can die and you get there. It's good. Of course, I recommend you still both have infinite coins, because if you die all the way and you don't have that coin, then, or no continue coins either, then you're kind of screwed. You're gonna have to rerun it all again, because there's no loading back in like you can in regular mode. These assassins. Normally you can just run past all this stuff, but apparently I got the tough pain in the ass assassins. Die bomb! Easy enough. Everything's just the same. I'm gonna fight a few assassins. This kind of reminds me of like those elevator levels. I know this is a reference to the Final Fantasy VI or 3, depending on which version you played. Going down that raft and you fight the Kraken at the end. Poor guy. I think he takes a different route if I remember. Ba-da-ba-bum. Phoenix was telling me about an incredibly difficult World 2 achievement where we got to destroy all of the assassins within it, and there's like a million of them, so keeping count of that's going to be hard. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Almost at the end. Oh, and well, if you die, no worries. You're right back on your raft. You didn't lose any progress. That guy's going down with me. Hit the checkpoint. Be sure to take this exact route here. To the left of me, there's spikes protecting that flower. So you gotta go all the way around. Stand about here. Again, we're gonna be slingshotting. Spikes on the left, so we gotta launch ourselves straight to the crocodile. It's a little finicky. Take a few tries, don't worry about it. And now for this one, if you've done our hidden rooms guide, you're gonna have gone in here already. Aim for that shadow. So if you notice there's like some square there at the base, aim for that. That gets you in every time. Kill the bear. Again, might be easier if you got a partner there. And now we're gonna jump across another one of those pain in the ass dudes. Ugh. Or get zapped like I did. This one's guy's pretty lenient, so you can just go straight across them. This is like the train music. I've been working on the railroad. And I wouldn't put it past them to make a railroad level within one of these worlds. Oh, I just barely didn't make it. I had to go a little further into that jump. Another method you can do, just like I did in the previous videos, is you can bait that dude first, especially if you're lagging. I'm pretty sure I might have to do that. We'll see. And that loud meow, that's my cat. She's come to say hello. Oh, she's mad. There we go. Climbing up as usual. Again, there's no surprises here. Makes me think this was more designed for Tribulation mode. Burn these away. Ignore some bears. Make sure you got your pistol thingy out. Slingshot. Bam. Bam. Going across here. Now this is a relatively risk-free flower. Even if you do get launched over, it's no big deal. Because there's a platform behind it. You have one spout to jump across. You made your next checkpoint. Now, there's a couple surprises up here that's new, but they're really just restrictions of making a slightly more difficult jump. You can't go across to that rock, you gotta go to this one, because that one bounces up and down and kills you. So you have to jump from here across. Nicely done. I'm taking a risk here. Paid off. Be sure to watch the timing of the spouts. If it's been up for a while, you probably shouldn't be jumping on it, like right now. And this last one's really tricky, because the last one here fades away, but you can still get through and work your way up. Camera angle's a mess, I know. Right here. No surprises here. Take the jump. Normally, you'd want to go to the right here and say, okay, we're on to the logging part, but bam! Spikes. What do you do? Where do you go? Well, if you watched our Hidden Secrets video, there is a longer route. It's a little more dangerous. There's a whole bunch of angry hillbillies, but nothing we can't handle. Boom. Work your way down like that. Around here. Now these are the most finicky jumps. Again, lag is not your friend here. Be sure to jump before, except for that one. Be sure to jump and then move, because that way the lag doesn't pick up that you've walked into the water. I got really lucky. Knocked me up to the top there where I wanted to go anyway. Again, we need to have bombs, so make sure you got tons and tons of baubles. Work our way in. They're kind enough to make you invulnerable while you load in. Take this exact route. There is no other pathway through this section. Go, go, go! If you're feeling really frustrated, take your anger out on these hillbillies. Kill them one at a time. Otherwise, you can blast through it. There! Oh, don't put me in the water. Phew. Just kill him quickly. Take a little bit of damage. It's nothing you haven't hurt. You haven't been hurting before. Hurting now. And you can wait for the log. I'm lazy. And always in a rush. So bam, I did this. Now there's a bomb on the right side. You have to go perfectly in between these two sections. Jump up onto the hill. Ah, he doesn't like me. Jump up to the hillbillies thing. To the left. And now quickly run around, because that dude, he can actually follow you all the way to this next section. There he is. Ah! Quickly the checkpoint. Quickly get away from him. He doesn't come out of that aggro area, so you're good here. The hillbillies sometimes do. Don't worry about it. They're hillbillies. You can leave them be. You can kill them. It's your choice. Good job. Now, again, we're going to show some deadly spikes. Bam. Okay. So we can't go that way. Again, this is really cool, Tribulation mode-wise. Ah, I see, Moto. Really cool in the fact that they didn't actually add anything to the level here. They just said, find a different way. And then they gave you a different way. It's kind of interesting because for once, they give you a bit of a hint. If there's spikes somewhere, it's probably the way you need to go in some format. So, again, make sure that you have lots and lots of baubles. Said it a dozen times already. There are actually spikes on the right here. Very thinly placed. Be sure you're on those outer ledges. And again, there's spikes right to the left of where I'm standing. If you walk over too far, you will get spiked. Now, I might be cutting the video up at the top here. And that's mostly because, actually, I most likely will. So I'll be silent for a few seconds up at the top there. Because this jump here is a little bit tedious. I only want you to see me successfully do it once instead of a dozen times over, because once you get it, you get it. Oh man, death to all of the camera angles. Around here, lots of corner jumps. This one you have to be a little outward, and then this is probably the hardest jump in my opinion, because there's a roof above you. Bam, up here. Now, if you weren't doing rainbow mode or infantile, like our guide is going to have for those baubles, you'd have to do this to get that bauble. Alright, and here we will make a cut. Attempt number 5, here we go. This. Across. Low one. Last one. This one. Across. We did it! Okay, now that I got the checkpoint, I really want to talk about this. If any of you guys played Mario, Mario Adventure 2, which was for the NES, which was actually Doki Dori in Japan. They brought it over here and they thought it was easier than the Lost Levels, which eventually came to the US. Because apparently Americans are really bad jumpers, as I've proven with 5 attempts. Got really good at climbing that cliff on the other side. Well, this is a waterfall area, and although it was from right to left, and they did left to right here, you were jumping across some logs. Some were faster, some were slower, and you had to make it across. It was pretty sweet. Of course, if you just used Princess Peach like everyone did, didn't matter what you used. Anyway, I'm going to show you a really easy way to beat the final boss here. Getting to him's not too hard. Oh. And bounce. Oh, come on. Doesn't like him. Doesn't like me. A little bit finicky sometimes with these launch pads. Don't worry about it. It's a really short route. Oh, that was close. Bam. Okay, we're good. Stand here. Just hang out. Get yourself your bombs out. They do more damage to the cage, and he can't hit you at all. Takes about the same amount of time as if you were swinging with your stick, just because bombs throw a little slower. But I mean, it's easy. So for like 20, 30 baubles, I think it's about 20 baubles, you're gonna get another 200. So who cares? Get your achievement, get that sexy coin, and then we'll move on to Tribulation's World 2, Zone 2. Bam. Thank you guys for watching, and please check out the rest of our videos. Dumb boss.